Hello again, church. Grace and peace to you from God, our Creator and Sustainer, and from Jesus Christ, our Redeemer and our friend. These are strange times indeed. And I want to say that I have been so encouraged by the calls, texts, emails, and Facebook posts from all of you demonstrating how much we truly care about each other and are willing to show forth God's love even if we cannot physically be together. I'm reminded that Jesus said, wherever 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, I am there with them. And he never specified what form that gathering had to take place. So once again, I want to encourage you, if you know of someone who is not connected online, to reach out with a phone call. Your pictorial directories are a good place to start. They have contact information in the back. And if someone doesn't have an email address listed, they're probably not receiving as much communication from the church as everyone else at this time. Although rest assured that we are making calls as a pastoral team and working on sending out devotionals and other things in the mail to those folks. But you can provide just another point of contact by making a quick phone call and sharing some of what is happening online. Thank you in advance for all that you continue to do to be the church on the hill. Now, as promised, I wanted to share with you again from John's Gospel an example of someone who encountered Jesus. And this example comes from chapter 5. So let me just read to you a little bit. It says, "After this there was a festival of the Jews, and Jesus went up to Jerusalem. Now in Jerusalem by the sheep gate there is a pool called in Hebrew Bethzatha, which has 5 porticos. In these lay many invalids, blind, lame, and paralyzed. One man was there who had been ill for 38 years. When Jesus saw him lying there and knew that he had been there a long time, he said to him, 'Do you want to be made well?' The sick man answered him, 'Sir, I have no one to put me into the pool when the water is stirred up, and while I am making my way, someone else steps down ahead of me.' Jesus said to him, 'Stand up, take your mat, and walk.' At once the man was made well, and he took up his mat and began to walk. Now that day was a Sabbath. The man went away and told the Jews that it was Jesus who had made him well. Therefore the Jews started persecuting Jesus because he was doing such things on the Sabbath. But Jesus answered them, 'My Father is still working, and I also am working.'" Now this time is very uncertain for all of us, but in a way it is, I would say, a Sabbath. We're being forced to slow down, to rest, to reflect. And in this story, we see that the main conflict between Jesus and the Pharisees is that he offers healing on the Sabbath when they don't think he should. And right now, we could all use some healing. Amen? I think in some ways this forced Sabbath is also forcing us to heal as a nation and as individuals. It is reminding us that we can come together for the common good. But something else in this passage struck me, and I wanted to share it with all of you. In verse 17, Jesus answered them, "My Father is still working, and I also am working." Can we take that hope with us today, and the next day, and in the weeks and months to follow? For those of us who have stopped working or have slowed down or have had to figure out how to work differently, remember that the God of the universe, who created and sustains us all, is still working. And as I heavily implied in my last message, our God will get it done. Amen.